Miami, known for heat, and now putting the heat on those working at the airport. Miami International gave CBS 46 News rare access to the inner workings of a security program few airports use, one that includes rigorous screening of employees and contractors. Something we found Atlanta doesn't do.
If I was a security director at Atlanta Airport, I don't know how I would sleep.
At Hartsfield-Jackson, like all airports, the TSA thoroughly checks passengers. Things like nail clippers and water bottles don't make it through. But the big security problem we found is here at the gate, where outside contractors and vendors enter airport grounds. On 3 different occasions, we watched from our news van as box trucks and work vans were permitted to enter restricted areas without even being inspected. A construction trailer cleared to enter without a search. This Costco truck rolls through without scrutiny. We do see guards in bright vests check for appropriate IDs and license plate numbers, but they never actually inspect what the trucks are carrying. Wayne Black is a security expert.
You don't lock the front door of your house and leave the back end open. It's really simple. The risk is that with the cargo van that you could transport weapons or some explosive and bring it right up to the plane.
Contractors have likely cleared background checks, but Black points out so did the Delta baggage handler, now accused of smuggling guns onto planes in Atlanta because he wasn't required to be screened.
One of the greatest threats is the insider threat.
Director of Security Lauren Stover shows how her team keeps contractors from bringing weapons and drugs onto airport grounds.
Anybody that gets through these gates, we know who they are, what their business is.
We saw guards searching vehicles and scanning drivers. Stover says this happens to all construction workers and fuel truck drivers. Police and customs officers also run random and more in-depth searches and on-the-spot background checks. And inside every airport, an airline employee goes through the same screening process passengers do, making it one of the only airports in the country that invests in this level of security. In part because it's expensive and not required or funded by the federal government. A bad reason not to, says Black.
Budget-driven security will always fail, and that's what we have. If you design security by how much money you have or you're willing to spend, you're going to lose.
Since the alleged gun-running ring was busted, Hartsfield-Jackson officials say they have stepped up the screening of employees and are reevaluating all security protocols. The airport general manager alluded to the cost of doing that while testifying on Capitol Hill earlier this month.
The unmistakable fact, as recent events suggest, is that we need to be consistently vigilant in our efforts, and the kind of enhancements that we are considering will require a significant investment.
It's an investment Miami International first made in 1999 after feds busted a drug smuggling ring involving airline employees here. Now Atlanta stands poised to learn the same lesson 16 years later.
Airports really have to consider the cost to security, but you have to outweigh what are the costs versus the consequences. And for us, the consequences are enormous.
Again, the general manager declined an interview. In a statement, the airport spokesman writes in part, vehicles entering the airport are inspected in accordance with our current TSA-approved security plan. As part of our ongoing security program, we are enhancing vehicle inspections. You can read the rest of the statement on our website, cbs46.com.